What's up, reefers? Who wants more reefing? That's right, this is Alex Wilson here, and this is Alex for Corals, and this is my video log where I am hopefully giving you the information where you can learn from my mistakes. So let's check out what we got today. Alright guys, so here's a shot of my 100-gallon Cape quarantine. The system is 5 feet long by 2 feet deep. I'm not including the little back area that it has to it, and it is 14 inches tall. Certainly would have wished it would have been a big difference, just a 2 more inches to have 16 inches. That said, I would have much preferred to have a full display, 24 inches depth, if I was going to do it again, but I got to stick with what I got here. So here it is, and of course I got the algae bloom. I got all kinds of, I got your brown slime, I got your red slime, I got your green slime, I got your cyanobacteria, I got your dinoflagellates, I got your diatoms in here, I got your hair algae, I have you name it, I absolutely have it in here, and overdosed on the reefroids and the dehydrated chicken manure, and this is what I get, guaranteed 2 weeks up to 2 months of complete algae bloom, algae nightmare mask, absolutely smothering everything completely up in this really nice web. Check it out, nice slime webbing that's gonna slime up and just absolutely kill everything. Especially loves to kill the Goniopora, so let's check them out. All dead. Let's see. We got that meat coral Acanthophilia hanging out. So good so far. Can't say so much for the Gonioporas. Completely closed up, completely smothered up. If it keeps that much longer, they're going to be goners for sure. Duncan's closed up, and definitely the Heliofungia certainly is not getting full polyp extension. And what I can tell you over here about this elegance coral is much the same. Certainly not getting as much polyp extension. And this is how I burned up the polyps on the last time around. This is how I burned up his tentacles right here. Burned them all up. I believe it was probably, one of these, needless to say, a lot of these algae right here, I have heard that the diatoms in particular, they're toxic. So I have to assume that a lot of these slimes, a lot of these brown slimes and all this stuff is pretty much toxic to your corals. Gets all over, it's toxic to ants, it's toxic, so I'd have to assume they use it as a type of, diatomaceous earth. They use it, in fact, as a type of pesticide. That's right, pesticides. That's kind of like what we have in our aquariums. Diatoms right there. Well, I think it is actually toxic because it has such a small size. Oh, by the way, check out what we got here. Some eggs on the glass. That's probably some kind of snail leaving its eggs right there, or the abalones. Can't be sure, but definitely have both of them in here. Alright, check it out. The coral's getting smothered up good right there and dead. This is the pulsing xenia. Gotta hate that. Moving along here. You see these hammers definitely closed up, as well as the other frog spawn. No, not octopawn. Frog spawn. So mushroom, so good so far. Finger leather's always been closed. So what can I say about this, guys? Is that that's right, toxic, and it's used as diatomaceous earth, and that's what I got down here on my floor right here. This white powder. I have a little bit of ants in here, so I put down the diatomaceous earth, and that's how I know it's in my head that it is in fact a marine organism. It is in fact toxic. At least the ants completely find it toxic to them. They consider it to be, not as lethal as a pesticide. Pesticides supposedly, they're calling it natural, but I'm assuming there's something definitely toxic about this diatomaceous earth, and so that's probably a little toxic to the fish and certainly the corals and the animals as well. Got this stuff all over, especially on my Christmas tree worm rock. Yeah, I got this nice matting everywhere. It's almost matting up all over the clams right here. Going all over the small golden right there to blow them off really good yesterday. Alright guys, so quick thoughts on this. Number one is that I saw a pretty good show done by Ryan Batchelor, you know, the founder of Bulk Reef Supply, and this is a story where he's doing the BRS Investigate series on his channel, and so highly recommend you go check that out. And where he clearly demonstrates, you know, that he has a whole rock series and it's coming out soon. But I saw a clip of one of it on, you know, there was a clip on there from the Reefapalooza, New York, 2022 from this year, where he is clearly demonstrating how that the copepods clearly eat the dinoflagellates, you know, and the browns, and a lot of the other, well, what we consider what he's calling the uglies, all of the other algae that are associated with the algae phases. So yeah, and it makes sense to me. So that, you know, what happens is that, you know, he was saying, oh, well, we know that the copepods eat the diatoms, for example, and they were, you know, and there's evidence of them eating it. You know, but, you know, as far as that on a larger scale, so surely, you know, they must eat them, and they're considered to be natural predators. Are these copepods, amphipods, and other microfauna certainly do eat all of these slimes, so, and hair algae, and the browns and greens. And so the point is that, sure enough, you know, I agree that the aquarium is in a balance. You know, it's in a balance between these uglies and between your microfauna, between the copepods and the all of the other amphipods and the other microfauna. So, such that, you know, your aquarium should strike a balance. And so, you know, when you add a bunch of nutrients, say, or everything, then that throws it out of balance. And easily what happens, see, just like when you're starting a brand new aquarium, is that sure enough, you know, when they start to get established or get in the system, the diatoms and the browns, you know, everything grows really quickly. And so it just grows, even if there are copepods, you know, and other microfauna there, it grows so fast that it can't keep, you know, they can't keep up pace with the growth of the algae, right? So first you have, boom, the growth of the algae might happen just like, you know, within 1 day or two, right? But it's going to take another, I don't know how long, you know, it might take 2 weeks, I don't know, it might take 2 months, I don't know, you know, how long it takes for the copepod microfauna population to increase and to then keep up with, you know, and then actually cut down the population of your browns and greens, so you can actually see a difference in your aquarium, right? And so yeah, I mean that's that. And the other thing I mentioned is that one interesting mentioned by Mark Vanderwall. This is on Reef Builders with Jake Adams, right? And he was saying that one good indicator, you know, on your feeding that he uses is that if you know, is to take note of how often you're cleaning the glass. You know, it's kind of an interesting concept because I would clean my glass daily, and the reason is I clean my glass daily is that sometimes it needs it. And so I would just kind of stick to that routine, right? And that always worked for me. So whether it was clean or not, I would just clean it. But now what I'm going to do is take his advice, and I'm going to go ahead and take note, you know, not clean every day. Just try to see how long I do need to clean it, and then write that down. Because the idea is that, yeah, you know, right now I have this algae bloom right here. So I have to clean the glass, I would say, at least twice a day. So if this is the case, if you're doing more than once a day or once a day on your glass, on your aquariums, then you know that you're overfeeding and they're probably just getting too much of the browns going on in there because of that. And so he was saying that he, as well as Jake Adams, I believe they, on average, report that they clean their glass about twice a week. So that's kind of probably like a good goal that everyone should strive for. Clean your glass twice a week, and if you see that you're cleaning your glass, that you can go a whole week and there's nothing. If you can go a whole month, that's possible too, or longer, and you still don't have to clean your glass. Well, that's a good indicator that you're not feeding enough, and that you can or should increase your feeding such that the browns do appear, and you have to clean your glass at least twice a week. So anyway, that's just kind of something that I heard on there, and so I highly recommend that you go check out their channel as well. And I could also say one recommendation on that, it's called a Reef Therapy over there by Jake Adams, that they get a few more guests involved on the show. It'd probably be a little bit more interesting, at least in my opinion, to get a few more therapists on there, so they can get this kind of venting this and that on different frustrations and products, and all of the excitement and good things going on in the Reef Aquarium, whether it's your goods or live rock or anything else. By the way, speaking of live rock, that's right, I said it, dry rock is completely out of my radar. If I was ever set up a new aquarium ever again completely from scratch, definitely would do it with 100% live rock guaranteed. And it comes down to cost. It comes down to, okay, well, what do you want? Do you want to have X results using your live rock, or X results using dry rock? Well, I would say, well, if your end goal is to have a more successful reefing experience, then I would go with the more expensive option, and that is live rock. If you 100% can't afford it, well, then there's expect to have take a lot longer to establish your systems. Certainly, this is what I did here. This is the real Reef rock here. It certainly can be done, especially if you're using some live rock to seed your system with right here, because this is a shot of my 20-gallon quarantine system, and it has definitely settled in with all kinds of the coralline algae on there and going and everything. But yeah, if your end result, if money is no object, which it should be in the Reef Aquarium hobby, in my opinion, because if you want to have, just the best results possible, for your animals and for your display goals, then yeah, I would highly recommend going live rock, 100% live rock. It's just like anything else on our equipment. You're going with high-end stuff, or you're going with the cheaper stuff. At the end of the day, you're much better off spending the extra money and getting the highest and best quality products possible. This right here, of course, is the Ecotech XR15 Pro, and I have it hooked onto this Kessel stand. This is the do-it-yourself project here, bolted straight on right there. Just using a pair of just a screw and bolt right there, and a quick little drill. So anybody can certainly do that and get the advantage of having a Kessel arm like that to be able to adjust up and down and get the right height you need for your needs, just like the Kessel, but with advantage. So highly recommend Ecotech Marine. Get one of these stands on here. Come on, guys, it is a no-brainer. And so yeah, that's it. Same thing, live rock, and like I said, wet live rock. That's right, wet. This dry stuff that's wrapped in newspaper. Newsflash, guys, that's like 99% dead live rock. You're getting 1%, or maybe less than that. 0.0001% of the life on that rock is alive. The rest of it is all dead. Therefore, how hard can it be, guys? It's a no-brainer. Give me real live rock, straight from the ocean, packed in water from the time it comes out of. Not even that. They've got to bag it underneath the ocean. That's right. You heard me right. These guys, they got to bag this rock under the ocean, pull it out of the ocean, ship it to us, boom, I'm gonna put it straight in the aquarium, not coming out. Once a certain bit, I expect to get all kinds of life on it. I don't care about the curing, all this stuff. I want corals popping out right and left. I could get corals that even if they collect in the area, people just wouldn't even think to collect them. Getting all kinds of ugly corals sprouting out right and left. That's right, I said it. I want ugly corals. That's right, give me ugly corals. I'll check them out, see what they're like. Oh yeah, this one's so ugly. Check out this other coral. It's so ugly too, man. Oh my god, I can't believe it came off the live rock. Can you believe that crap? Look at this. Coral live rock came right off the live rock. It's all brown and ugly. Wow, yeah. Speaking of which, this is the firecracker table. Doing pretty good like that. So looking pretty good. Fingers crossed there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Corals popping out right and left from the live rock. So give me submerged, wet, real rock. People are gonna be willing to. Reefers are gonna go absolutely insane over real live rock that is 100% wet from never being exposed to the air. And so yeah, I mean, you might still have to do your own little like curing process. Boom, I'd get the rock, pull it straight out. What would I do with it? Well, might remove some of the, if the sponges are too big, clearly they're gonna go down. If it has some other life on it, there's just too much algae, too much whatever. Yeah, I take it off myself. Boom, and that's it. We're done. That's it. I'm out, guys. All right, that's my 2 cents on that one. And that's my opinion, but looking forward to the future of Reef Aquarium with real. I mean, we ship corals in water, right? Right. We ship fish in water, right? Right. We ship corals and clams and everything else underwater, right? Right. So it makes sense to ship live rock as well in water, right? Right. Alright, it makes sense to me, guys. What else do we got? No, I guess that's it for this one. Alright, guys. Happy reefing. Bye.